So we're going to be working on the top end of the engine today. I've already got the batteries disconnected. So we're going to be pulling all the intake manifold and everything off of this engine so we can put a new turbo coolant line on and the disaster prevention kit. So we're going to have to just start getting everything off the top of this engine. That's what the inside of the intake manifold looks like with these EGR systems. So we're gonna have to, when we get this off of here, we'll get this thing cleaned really good. I'm surprised. I've had a random check engine light, and it's probably from all this coking. So it looks like we got a bad turbo. It's dumping oil everywhere. So the job just got bigger. Good times. That's a suggestion from my brother over at 2 Hacks in a Shack. Whack the crap out of these things. Look at that. Holy crap. We need to buy a lottery ticket. Nobody gets those off without snapping one off. What are those two from? Wow. Alright, we're going to pull this metering valve out of this guy. Oh, look at that. I think we got lucky on this one. We took a hit on the turbo, but that guy is clean, so that's a good sign. So I'm going to put that back in for now. Can we get this turbo out? Since it's probably going to be in the way anyways. Alright, so we pulled this. This is the coolant line going to the turbo. That's the one that actually is leaking that I'm going to replace anyways. And then I think that's a oil line possibly at the bottom that I'm going to loosen when we get the turbo out of here. I think the turbo has 4 bolts at the base of it. There's 2 that are kind of buried back there. I don't know. Let's see how we're going to get to those. Man, seeing if we can split that turbo in half. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Jesus Christ. So I pulled the turbo in half. I pulled the band clamp off of it. made it a little easier to get it out of there. I did struggle quite a bit getting it out of there. The biggest problem was that big exhaust pipe in the back. And then what I'm struggling with right now is you can see that one way down there, that clamp down there. We've got to get that one loose. And then that exhaust section will come out of there. But it made it a lot easier, I think, to split that turbo in half. To get the front half came out pretty easy. You also have to make sure you're picking it up. There's those little locating pins on either side there. So you got to pick it up off of those and make sure you don't shear those off. But we got that loose. Now we're going to be able to, now we got to get that one clamp and then we'll be able to get this exhaust housing out. Alrighty, so you can see we got the turbo out of there. Did some cleanup in the bottom of there. And that was a struggle getting to that bottom clamp, but one thing I finally found out was if you come down from the side, remove the wheel, you can actually go in the side here, take the inner fender well off, and you can get up in there. I also removed the down pipe to give you some extra room up in there to get to that clamp. So the down pipe bolts right up there on that hole right there. So you just remove that bolt, the whole down pipe will drop out of there and give you room to get to that. So we're waiting on parts now so we can get this thing put back together, but we're getting close. So stick around for part 2. Once we get the turbo in, we can start reassembly, getting this thing put back together. We have the state bird of Florida flying through the camera, as you can see here. We're back in the summertime here in Florida, so it's getting hot. But we'll have a continuation of this on part 2 and hopefully get this thing put back together and running again. Thanks for watching.